listen, I ordered that pizza hours ago. Yes, 1 large tulip and daisy with extra cheese for the blue and red door in the infinite hallway of cartoon horse geeks. What do you mean, no refunds? Alright, listen here, jackass, Oh, shoot, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound racist. Never calling that place again. Huh? Oh, mother bucker. Okay, who made Lightning Bliss cry? Come on! I want to see open hooves! Who did it? Nobody, huh? Note to self. Keep a close eye on the autistic pony.
And Rainbow Dash had to say goodbye to Tank, and all her friends are crying, and Celestial Luna Rainbow Monster. Gosh, I thought I'd never get so choked up on an episode before. Thanks, Rainbow Master. You're so sweet. All this time I thought of you reappearing everywhere. I always thought you were going to eat me. But I guess you just wanted to be with me, huh? Like a pet or something? Okay, I love you too. But maybe we should come up with a better name for you than just Rainbow Monster. How about Twink? You're sparkly and you twinkle and... Alrighty then, Twink it is. Let's review this episode. Honestly, what can I say about Tank's Firm Memories that hasn't been said already? Dunno, but we're gonna give it our best shot. Ain't that right, Twink? So it's the first time in a long time where we focus on Rainbow Dash, having to deal with the fact that she'll have to face the season of winter without her beloved pet Tank, who has to hibernate. It's one of the first cartoon episodes I've seen that targets children, but addresses a really big emotion, grief. I seriously couldn't help but lose my cool here. Even though the episode doesn't necessarily address an actual death of a character, it still specifies the 5 major emotions we deal with when it comes to loss. Denial, anger, haggle, depression, and finally acceptance. Not only that, this is probably the second episode where I feel it takes on a more serious, in-depth focus, like with the topic from the opening premiere of Season 5.
Now Molly, you know better, but you're not supposed to harass Blissy till after dinner.
Oh, okay.
Hey! Hey! Guys? I swear, one day, Molly and AJ, one day I'll... Anyways, like with the opening of Season 5, addressing the in-depth morals and ethics on the brainwashing, dictating effects of bad leaders, in Takes from the Memories, we are watching a character unfold as she faces the reality that her pet is going away. And for us viewers, it can hit an emotional side of things.
Attention! Emergency! All personnel must evacuate immediately.
For me, back at the beginning of the year, I sadly had to say goodbye to a beloved pet of mine, Lyra, my hairless little rat. She sadly had gestational cancer and could not be saved. Naturally making the decision on what was best for her, I took her to the vet with the intentions of putting her down. However, when my vet gave me the idea that they could operate on her in an attempt to save her life, I unintentionally went through the phase of grief all over again. I had originally a few days prior to accept the fact that I was going to lose her, but then to be offered that sudden slim chance of hope? The first emotion, denial, that she wasn't dying, and therefore maybe she could actually be saved with this surgery, despite my vet did offer the chance. But he made it very clear to me that she would likely die on the surgery table if they attempt, or she would be in more pain and would only last a meager few months before the cancer came back. The surgery would have likely killed her because it has spread to her face and her nose, and the likelihood of survival was limited. And even then, the cancer is that aggressive that it would have eventually came back. I'd only be exposing her to pain and a short few months of life. So from there, I went straight to anger, mainly at myself. I was angry that I couldn't prevent this from happening in some way. Or I should have spent the money to get her spayed, then maybe she wouldn't have been in this predicament in the first place. And of course, I tried to bargain with my vet, hoping that his claims of her survival were exaggerated and that she would be fine. But as he explained to me the procedure over and over, depression did finally set in, till eventually I had to give in to acceptance. I hugged my sweet little girl, told her goodbye, and that I would see her one more time at the Rainbow Bridge. Now, before some of you go off on how hibernation and death are two different things and that my points here are invalid, let me address a few facts. This is a children's cartoon at the end of the day, and DHX still has to respect the rating of the entire series and can only go so far with topics as deep as this. The least they could say is while this episode is safe for kids, us adults could still put two and two together that they are in fact addressing grief and the topics of life and death, while still keeping it safe for children to watch. Honestly, I can't complain about changing the word death to hibernation. Could you imagine if it were the other way around? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, but I wouldn't want that. Would you? Didn't think so. Okay, Twink, good boy. Here, have a star. So let's be honest here with the episode. It was heavy on the emotional side of things to be sure, but it wasn't lacking in its humor. Heck, the whole uproar of Twilight's little
Winter is coming.
Come on, I'm not even a Game of Thrones fan and I could pinpoint that little remark. Seriously, why aren't some of you laughing? Even my personal favorite was the Grinch face Rainbow Dash made. Yes, I'm calling it out. Taste the rainbow! We even get a rather catchy song from Rainbow Dash. Who knew she could sing? In fact, I think this is the first time I actually heard her sing without others joining in. While I would agree with most that I do not like the fact she was putting her needs above others,
The Earth needs the winter rain, Twink. You know that.
Everyone knows that.
but the lyrics are still an indicator. She is scared of losing her dearest friend, and family member even. How can you just let go? Would you go to any lengths, if possible, to save the one you love the most? Aw, come here, you. This is definitely one of the cuter episodes I've seen in a while. Not to mention, it's so refreshing just to see more background ponies to get a little time in the spotlight. Continuity is happening throughout the beginning, from the ponies racing through the autumn to get the leaves off, and the fact that all the seasons are being created by ponies, which leads us to the fact that Cloudsdale is a moving city. How awesome is that? Even the antics of Rainbow Dash is adorable. I couldn't help but go, aww. And when she goes screaming out of the lightning jar room. I think they need to better secure that door, though, in the future. And we get a touching moment of the Fang Six coming together when one needed the most to be truthful, supportive, and above all, understanding. I couldn't ask for a better episode when addressing a topic as deep as grief. Wouldn't you agree, Twink? Good boy!
Now, Molly, we have to do this. We hurt Blissy's feelings when we left her in your channel with the lights out. We owe it to her to apologize.
Don't see why. Green hair would have looked amazing on her. I was doing her a favor. And she's... Okay, I'll apologize. Cease.
Hey, Blissy, you home? Blissy, you in? Your door is open, and me and Molly just,
What is that?
Keep an eye out for those rainbows, guys. They will make you smile. Ain't that right, Twink?
I know it's wrong, but what does it matter? 'Cause nothing's gonna stop me now. I'll change it all. It's only the weather. And no pony's gonna bring me down. I'll keep the sunlight shining free. And I'll bust the clouds apart so you can stay with me. And I'll fly until the end of the sky. So I'll be the